Hi everyone, welcome back to Kidney Talkies. I am Deepthi Behel, a kidney transplant patient, and today we have a special guest with us, Cynthia. Hi Cynthia,
Hi, ZP. How are you?
I'm doing good. Could you please tell our audience a little bit about yourself? What do you do, and your connection with kidney disease?
Yes, I love to. I am a kidney disease by secondary being diagnosed with systemic lupus. What that means is that lupus has actually is an autoimmune disease and it has attacked my kidneys. So that happened about 40 years ago and now I am on my second transplant. But let me share my journey. So, 40 years ago, I was graduating from nursing school and I couldn't get out of bed the next day. They didn't find out what was wrong with me for 3 months. And then they had found a positive ANA blood test, which tests for autoimmune various diseases, that I had systemic lupus. I was not happy about this, but it is how life goes. I actually began spilling protein in my urine 2 years later. So, with that, I have been through multiple experimental drugs over the years, which still led me to kidney failure, unfortunately. So, I've been on dialysis, hemodialysis, and then my girlfriend had a dream that she had given me a kidney. What a blessing. When she approached me about this, we went through the different systems, different procedures, different actions that were required for her to then donate my first kidney transplant, which was classified as a living donor transplant. With that said, I was able to go back to school, being alive again and not on dialysis. And I was able to acquire my master's degree in nursing education, which has made me very happy. But through the struggle, the stress, the ups, the downs of just attending school and working, her kidney failed after 9 years. So I had to go back on dialysis. I went to in center dialysis where they took care of me 3 times a week to get my treatments for 4 hours at a time. And then I decided, you know what? I needed more freedom. So what I did was I talked to my husband and I said, can we do this at home? He said, yes. Thank God. So we actually went home with hemodialysis at home, where I did it for 2 hours for 5 days a week. But that was successful. During that time, I was able to get my energy back, be able to work again. All things considered, it was the best thing I could have done. But as time went on, 5 years trying to get and wait for another kidney on the list of transplant here in Michigan was 5 to 7 years. Truly, 5 years is what I had to wait for before I got the call. And at that time, it was during COVID. The program had shut down earlier in the year of 2020, but had reopened by July of that same year. So when I got the call on August 31st, I ran. I wanted my kidney. I had earned the time. So I ran and I was able to get what I needed. So now I'm on my second kidney. It'll be 6 years old on the 31st of August this year. And I'm so happy. So I would just encourage those who have dialysis, don't give up. Keep striving for the kidney to become a transplant, just like you, DP. You got your transplant too.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. Could you tell me a little bit about where did you got your transplant, both the transplant, which hospital did you go to, and how was the transplant evaluation process for you as a patient, and something that you feel could help in improving the transplant evaluation process as a patient?
Oh, sure. So, University of Michigan Hospitals here in Michigan has a transplant center. And for both kidneys, I was able to go to receive my care. That is my team of doctors, nephrology. Now I have a surgeon who did the transplant. In fact, it was two different surgeons. And I had to go through the transplant evaluation prior. So, with the first time I was at the evaluation, I was discussing not only my care and my stability so that my body was ready for a gift to receive, but during that time, I also discussed the living donor of my girlfriend for her to actually go through the process of what a donor has to go through. So there are multiple procedures and tests that have to come back correct, meaning that they are not any jeopardy for the transplant to happen. So I did that. The team was excellent. The surgeon talked about where he would be placing the kidney. The social worker talked about what was needed as far as financials to afford the medications that was going to be required. I had a psychological testing to make sure that I wasn't forcing or coercing my girlfriend to give me this kidney. And I had to be in good, stable health. So that's how the transplant team goes. And I'll just say from the living transplant donor, the living donor transplant team. Now, when I got ready to have the second kidney, that was a lot harder on myself as well as the team was really encouraging me to stay in there on dialysis and talking to me, supporting me. And when I finally went to the evaluation again, that the surgeon was kind enough to talk through each and every part, also identifying where he would be placing the kidney on my body. When we were ready to go, I had already gone through two different evaluations beforehand because it was 5 years. And both of them had the social worker that again evaluated my financial status and home status, as well as then the surgeon. And I had to do again the psychological testing to make sure I was okay in my mind and my soul so that I would not reject this particular gift that was coming from a deceased donor of unknown. So, so much support, very clear education and awareness was given to me. And not only because I'm a nurse, but because I'm a person. So, I also received lots of support externally from a lot of friends as well as family. So I had a good experience with the transplant evaluation. Thank you.
That's good to know. Could you now tell a little bit more insights about your eating habits post transplant, as well as your work at the National Kidney Foundation, and how that is aligns with your overall mission? Because you're very passionate about raising awareness about kidney disease in helping other patients, donors, and caregivers. Can you tell a little more about that part?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, in the beginning, you asked me more about my diet. Well, when you're on dialysis, you have to definitely restrict your diet to various changes based on your lab reports. And so, a dietitian in the dialysis will talk to you about whether your sodium is too high or low, whether your potassium is too high or low. And always, when you're on dialysis, you will need some type of a fluid change where you have to decrease the fluid intake because eventually, unfortunately, you will stop urinating on your own. So that's the biggest challenge for a lot of dialysis patients that they're thirsty. They go over the amount of fluid that they drink, that they can't have this or that, and they don't go to restaurants, and they always fussing about the narrow walk that they have to adhere to, but it's for their health. Now, after the transplant, sky's the limit, especially on water. Water is the biggest player in the transplant world for anyone who has received the gift. Drink, 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 drink. So you still have to watch the sodiums, potassiums if your labs have shown that. So you have to look at everything to keep you from rejecting this gift, whether it's from a living donor or from a deceased donor. It is still a gift of life that you need to adhere to both the diets and the medication regime. There is no wiggle room. There's just do it or you're going to lose the kidney. And what a disaster that would be based on your failure to follow through and be obedient to the gift that was given to you. So that's what I have to say about how to the diet. Please repeat the question for the second half.
Yeah, could you tell a little bit more about the work you are doing with National Kidney Foundation right now, and how does it aligns with your mission to help kidney patients, caregivers, and living kidney donors, because you work with National Kidney Foundation very closely?
Yes, thank you for that question. I do. And with that said, is that I had participated in a National Kidney Foundation of Michigan. I had participated in one of their clinical studies. And the study was about how dialysis patients can still be a donor to persons upon our transition. So during our transition, if we're actually classified as being brain dead, they can utilize a lot of different organs as well as tissues. So I participated in this study, and after this study, the clinician who was actually the investigator for it, she kept my name. And when the time came for National Kidney Foundation to need to fill a coordinator, a program coordinator's position, she called me. So I went, I was on dialysis. I was not as strong as I could be as far as my physical health. But as a nurse, I was bringing in a wealth of information of how the body works. And then talking about now, with me having kidney disease, I then can talk to persons that live with it in a different manner. So that's part of my mission is to actually go out, make awareness, educate those who live with kidney disease, family members, caregivers, audiences all around because with the kidney not giving any signal until it's really in failure, I want people to know. I want to come out and tell you that if you have diabetes and you have high blood pressure, take your medicine because the kidney is quiet in there and it does not tell you until it's too late for you to be able to do something about it. So we want to slow the progression. So my whole passion is that I work as a kidney program, excuse me, a program coordinator specialist because I'm able to work with the programs we have to teach you about prevention, also how to live with a transplant and what happens afterwards. So that's my goal is to go out and teach this. I enjoy working in this capacity. I go and make speeches to people in hospitals, churches, recreation centers, senior apartments, because I want people to know. So thank you for the question.
Talking about medication adherence, do you find it very hard for yourself to take the medications on time post transplant? You are like a two timer. What is your difficulty in taking the medications, and what you wish something could help you out?
I know, right? So when I met you, DP, and you had a whole AI system of how you were able to organize yourself, I was amazed as well as I was relieved to know there's something out there because timing is a key. You must take this medicine on time. You can't just flip flop. I'll take it whenever, if I have it, don't do the refills. You know, uh, sometimes you get to the point where you're tired of taking these pills or whatever, but you have to remember this is a gift. You don't have to be here. You could be in demise if you didn't get this kidney because it controls your entire life. So you can't live without kidneys. So now that you've been gifted, you need to be obedient to it or you will lose it. It's no joke here. So I have a watch that has alarm on it. I have a phone that has an alarm on it, and I set the times of when I need to take these medicines. Oh, I listen for that alarm and I have enough refills. I have spoken and gone to my doctor to make sure that the medicines I'm taking is correct. I have watched different videos and other educational programs to watch what medicines may interfere with what foods. I have also looked at when we get sick, what I can't take over the counter and what I can, making sure that these medications, all of them, my husband just laughs because it's just a cup that I dump in here at 8:30 in the morning when that alarm goes off. I could wake up and barely can get to it and I put it in. There's a second one at 8:30 at night. So wherever I'm at, I have them in my purse. So if we're out, if I don't have a purse, I have a small container that I'm either putting it where I can have it because I have to take care of myself and this gift. So that's no joke. But GP has an AI system that's awesome. And I would love to get with you to figure it out. I'm a little like I been working with mine for now 6 years, but I still am interested. So thank you for the question.
And now let's jump into some other questions on your personal life. Where do you live, and which part of US you really like most? Can you tell something more about Cynthia as a person apart from kidney disease?
Sure. So I live in Michigan. I work in Michigan. I am married. It'll be 34 years on the 22nd. I'm excited. We always do something exciting for our anniversary. I am married to a gentleman who was previous married So he had two boys, and I helped to raise them, seeing we've been together for so long. I also now join him with five grandsons, one new, brand new, not even a month old yet. We went to Atlanta, which we like the South as far as the weather, but my favorite places are probably going out in different Caribbean islands for fun and vacation. As far as the state that I'm interested in for a living is North Carolina, Charlotte. It is up and coming. I just have not been really interested in trying to move too quickly in my retirement for fear of losing my nephrology team and my team of doctors to keep me healthy. But I do tiptoe and look around and see whether or not what would be happy for me. uh, we go on cruises, we do all these things, but when people talk about, well, what you gonna do when you get ready to retire and move, I haven't come to that quite yet. As far as a decision, a hard decision. My boys live in Atlanta, so and all the grandkids. So it's like we visit quite a bit. And I visited North Carolina, and now I have family and friends there. I don't know, but I'm pretty excited about this. And I don't know when I'm going to retire because I'm pretty energetic and this kidney is keeping me going. So I'm pretty excited. Thank you for the question.
Oh, wow. What is your favorite holiday season?
Christmas. I love Christmas. It's my birth month. Um, as a kid, it was like I either got presents on Christmas. And then my birthday is the 30th. So it was like, some things came. And then it's like when the birthday came, it was like, well, there's nothing left. You had everything. You got it at Christmas. It's like, So my husband always tries to give gifts at Christmas. And then he takes me to lunch on my birthday. So lunch or dinner. So that's how it is. But I love Christmas. I do. I'm a Christian myself. I do enjoy that to recognize my father's birth and the seasonal activities that go around that leading up to and afterwards. So, thank you for that.
Uh, what is your favorite food to eat, or any favorite restaurant, or any favorite dish?
Okay, so this is definitely a no no in the kidney world. I'm here to tell you, it's my favorite. You asked, I'm telling you. So, here we go. Fried chicken. I love fried chicken. I can eat fried chicken 7 days a week. I know that you shouldn't eat the fried food, so we've been using the air fryer. I sometimes bake it, but I love chicken and I love it fried. So I love southern foods such as collard greens, all kinds of greens, all kinds of vegetables, squash and tomatoes, lettuce. Lettuce is being an issue right now. It's a little no no. So I haven't done any lettuce lately until that gets cleared up. But I do. My favorite restaurants are soul food restaurants. We visit them in different states that we've gone to see who's got good food or not. Uh, I cook. I do cook, and I do cook my favorites. And I have stretched out a little bit on the kidney diet to look for ways to do better foods in a different way. I don't like a lot of grease, although I like fried chicken. I do. I do. All right.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Uh, mm, I never really had a sweet tooth as a kid. So I was the kid that had money and we'd go to get candy. And I get a little bit, but I always save my money because we can go to the little restaurant down the street. And I was the one that was getting the hot dogs and the french fries. And, I want real food. I ain't got time for this candy. What's it gonna do? I have 32 teeth. I'm not interested in cavities. I was like, no. Now, that I can only do certain things. And I've gotten older now, I've been interested in some sweets, and the better, the more colorful, the more interesting, the more I want them. So I don't know. My husband's got a sweet tooth, but not me. I'm more the salt girl. I like the little salt or hard food. You know, I'm not trying to time for them Snickers and stuff. I ain't got time for that.
Are you a big fan of watching movies?
Let me tell you, Netflix is my friend. But what I like about it is that I'm really into these Asian movies. I'm really into like the Asian comedy, fun, slight romance. And I like the culture that they're not the ones that are so sexually attractive and jump in the bed. I can't, I don't care for that. So with them, they have a whole culture that they always like a park. And it's just so interesting. It's like, okay, how long you gonna be apart? The movie's got to give something. So I really love Netflix and the freedom of it for me to put it on my phone. Now, I love other movies. Now I love a good black or African American kind of movie. I like romances. I like classics. I really do like classics. So those are that Asian. So, but yeah, that's me.
And do you watch sports?
I do. I do. I love some football. I do. I do. My husband, when I first married, I was telling him how silly is it for these men to run up and down this and chase this ball? Like what? Like why? So I was into basketball at first. But now that he's taught me what it's all about, oh, yes. I'm definitely a Lions fan. I definitely watch football on Sunday. He's got red zone, so we have four different squares that we watch in all these different games. It's insane.
Uh, Now, can you tell a little bit about the Kidney Stories Toastmasters Club? Because I met you through the Kidney Stories Toastmasters Club.
Yes. So excuse me, Kidney Toastmasters Club itself, I was introduced to it by one of the members. She shared that seeing that I'm a kidney advocate for National Kidney Foundation, that we met in Washington several years of going to our state capitals and our federal representatives to actually advocate for persons who live with kidney disease, for persons who need better care, more education, more research to help within the disease. And so I'm a vibrant, not as vibrant as I was, but I'm a good advocate for that. And so I met someone that also was very, very active in it. And she talked about this kidney stories, that this is a way for people to tell their story. Well, telling a story to get someone to actually agree to want to give their kidney, one of their kidneys, to you is definitely a very, very difficult question, as well as how do you just go up to another human being and say, "Hi, I'm in need of a kidney. You have two. Can you help me out?" Like that's just terrifying. And we at National Kidney Foundation of Michigan teach people about in a workshop about how to ask the question. But one of the person who got me in kidney stories actually created a whole program on how to tell or ask how to ask for your kidney, and a whole series of in the workshop what to do. So that person actually talked about kidney stories. She said this is a group where they come in and we learn how to give speeches, learn how to have a voice, Learn how to be more assertive and confident in your voice. And through that, we actually perform these meetings where we are given active roles to participate. It's a Toastmasters International is a total program that's been around for over 100 years. So we utilize it, the Kidney Stories group, to be able to use the skills that are taught through our Pathways educational program, and then to help a person who doesn't know how to actually ask for the gift, who doesn't have assertive practices, who doesn't really know what to say properly. So we go through, we meaning members, we have our roles to help persons to come in as a guest. You could see how we will invite you very warmly. We will then show you how the matter of the meeting is flowing. And we also are sharing. All the members have kidney disease, or they're a donor, or they're a caregiver. So kidneys is very powerful within our meeting. So come, come, learn, be able to talk freely, be able to build skills within yourself so you can take care of what's necessary as far as how do you ask. So we have the big ask, big give programs. So Toastmasters is great. Come and join us. We're every other Sunday each month. We have a theme and we have actions that we do to perform to give you the best knowledge that we can give you, as well as the educational programs to help you build your skills in speaking. So thank you for that.
And my last question, Cynthia, any message you would like to give to the patient who has just been diagnosed with kidney disease and or about to start dialysis?
Yes. So as an educator, I have a handout that is from our National Kidney Foundation that talks about newly diagnosed and steps for what they should do. Newly diagnosed is terrifying. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, it's terrifying. Once you can hear what is being said to you after the diagnosis, is what's needed to have someone to support you. You need someone else to hear what has been told to you because your body is now not functioning as well. So you need support, whether it be caregivers, whether it be friends, whomever, that you will need support to understand now. We have to do various things like a surgery on your arm to be able to, or wherever they can find good veins, because this is the way the access is done. They have to find a way to be able to pull the blood that needs to be out, which is dirty blood, as we call it, pulls it out, then gets it clean and puts it back. So the cycling of this machine is pretty quick, but you have to sit in a chair for 4 hours at a center as this cleansing process is going on, because the whole thing about kidneys is the biggest regulator of our body. That's what it does. It filters water, excessive toxins, it filters. It also has other functions about blood, about calcium, about how then the regulation of your blood pressure. So you have to do this, but you need slow training. And there's something called peer mentoring, meaning people who have adjusted to dialysis, they're able to talk to you, because after the anger, after the depression, after the struggle, you need someone to help guide you that tomorrow, today you've been in the chair, 2 days from that, you're going to need to come back. And after that, you're going to need to come back and you're going to need to listen to what they're saying to live the life that you need to live. So that's what dialysis is about and support. But National Kidney Foundation has actual programs called NKF Peers and NKF Cares that both are other patients, other people that's living what you're living through have actually gotten used to it, know how to cope with it, and can coach you and sit and support you. So, for those who need, please call for more resources and help. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, for sharing your insights, and really appreciate you for coming over to do this podcast for our audience. We
Yes.
wish you all the best, and we hope to see you sometime again in the podcast. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.